Let's go, dude. Knowledge.
Let's get salty.
All rise. Order in the court. The gavel has spoken. You know.
Yeah, like gavels normally do. Grammy, how are you?
Hazard. Good to see everybody. Well, we're back with Judge Davis. She's been doing good lately.
She's been on a roll, man. She's been on a roll. Really agreeing with a lot of her decisions. Oh, by the way, Jim, congratulations on being a mod these days.
Wow.
Jim? You know, I told Jim, he's like, look, if you ever need me here, I can wrench it up for you. And I said, look here, bud, you got to beat cancer first. And once he beat cancer, I'm a man of my word.
No problem.
Gave him his wrench. You know.
Yes. Yesterday was absolutely Dave Day. We'll give him an extra hallelujah.
Dave came back in a big way. So we appreciate that. It's been a crazy couple of days since we're tickling the format a little bit. Live show staying the same. People, though, I will say this, at 3 p.m. Eastern time, there will be a TPO that will be going live, premiering, whatever you want to call it. That does include myself and Creed. So if you're interested in seeing that, and I highly recommend this one. Creed, I know right away you'll remember about the guy talking about stepping over dead bodies and the guy coming after him with a baseball bat.
Yes,
he's laying in bed like this. And it's a great classic clip from us from probably about 2 years ago at this point.
So dog's growling at a cat.
I hope it is a cat, not the lady that's loose near your home. And then at 3:30 over on Credence and Mikey, only on Credence and Mikey today at 3:30, a brand new Judge J. Cedric Simpson. And I'm going to tell you, usually the landlord-tenant stuff, you never know what you're going to get. But two of these cases get Judge very fired up, very upset. Almost a Father's Day celebration, Creed, where Judge Simpson goes to war with a dad who he wants his kid out of the house.
Love those.
You need to check that out. And spoiler alert, dog kidnapping.
Oh God, dog kidnapping. Jim, is that for the wrench? Is that I just kidding. Thank you, Jim. 10 bones and Haley's World, $2 getting us going today. Appreciate you guys. Hello to everybody. Looks like a busy day around here because, of course, along with our lives, we've got Florida Friday today at, of course, at 4:05, and then members only. Main channel at 5:30 East, and probably going to be some gambling this evening too. So get ready. You're going to see a lot.
Wall to wall us
today. Fridays are big days, I guess, Dave.
It is.
Why don't we get this party starting? And I did want to mention, Mikey, I said it, but listen. This little test the last few days, it's going really well. So thank you guys. Seriously,
not bad at all. Getting a lot of new eyes to us.
Love that.
Showing everybody, you know what? You're not special, but we are.
You know what else is special?
What's that?
It's time to get into this one with these glasses. You guys are all commenting about them. Yeah, they're
I could not wear those. I feel like I would be looking at the heart all the time. I couldn't wear them, but these are ex-lovers. Creed.
Should I?
Yours are nowhere near as cool as hers, but that's
I know. I mean, they're not hearts, but they fit really well. See how good
they're not ill-fitting at all.
Yes. I can't see anything. Oh, Wonder Twin with double D's, or Wonder Twin double D.
Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of a bucket of water.
And any evidence that she wishes to. And the petitioner will ask me questions if she wishes to ask any specific factual questions to the respondent about what was testified to. Okay. And then once everyone has testified and submitted any evidence, and I've heard everything, I will make a ruling under the law as to whether the allegations have been proven by preponderance of the evidence and whether there's a reasonable likelihood of future acts such that an extension of the order to 12 months would be warranted. Okay. So if both of you would please unmute, I think I'm going to prompt you, Miss Poole. There we go. If you would raise your right hands, please.
Thank you.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are going to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Come on, Judge.
Ms. Cunningham?
One time.
I do.
Judge.
And Ms. Poole?
I do.
Cunningham
All right,
versus
you may lower
Poole.
your hands. And in this, we'll mute the respondent at this point because we will mute the other party so each party can speak without any background noise and no talking over each other. So at this point, there we go. I will ask you a few questions, ma'am.
Thought that was
Scare me like that, Judge.
I'm over here typing. I look up. Oh my goodness!
And I am taking notes, as I mentioned earlier, so it might look like I'm
Very
looking
attractive
down
lady.
a lot, but I'm listening. I'm just note taking and reviewing. So, Miss
Very
Cunningham,
quickly, I just want to answer your question. So we've got 3 members only that we do each week. Because we do cases and chases 5 days a week, and we like to separate that out because not everybody that loves court loves cases, vice versa. And then our main channel, which is everything. So on YouTube, ! join. It'll give you some info as little as $3, I hear. But yeah, our main channel is tonight. Mondays at 5:30. We do We Got a Chase, and then We Got a Case members only on Wednesdays at 5:30.
Can I take a second and tell you guys how awesome you are? I cannot keep up typing everyone's names that are. All right, let me just go ahead and tell you the gifts real quick. Okay. Dana with 5 gift memberships. As well as Winlaw with a gifted membership. Then Big Dave coming in with 10 gifted memberships.
Damn you guys. Love it.
And Creed can catch up on all the other ones as he finds time.
Gary.
Cunningham, how do you know Miss Poole Adebayo?
We met at work 2019, I believe. And then we began dating and then living together. In the past year, we began living together.
Okay, so y'all lived together for the past year, is what you said?
Since September 2022.
All right, so September of 22, they have lived together. Great internet, by the way, and I'm glad that the Zoom's letting us know with the Spanish. And Heather,
yes, enjoy, by the way, reading the words that have nothing to do with the things that are coming out of their mouth.
I thought so. Yesterday, I swear, because it was like a bunch of stuff about video games yesterday. It seemed like.
You'll see stuff up on the screen. You'll be like, what? Huh?
Thank you guys for all the gifted memberships. Thank you for the money. We're not even 2 minutes into this.
It'll be a 3-hour show.
And did you move into that residence together, or is that someone was living there first?
No, I purchased a home. I was living there for maybe a few weeks.
Okay.
And then she was evicted from her place, so she came and lived with me.
Okay. And is that the residence that's in the order?
It is.
Okay. And are all the utilities and everything regarding the residence in your name?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So y'all started dating. Around when did you start dating?
Probably 2019.
Okay. And why did you file a petition for a protective order in this case?
Because we were having, she was to me getting increasingly more violent, and I needed her removed from my home, and she was refusing to leave.
Oh no.
Okay. And this is not a workaround for an eviction. This is a temporary intervention for acts of family violence. So
there you go, Judge.
Calling out about that. We say that all the time about people that seem to use protection orders as ways of getting people, because it's easier than getting them evicted. It's much easier.
Very fast.
PP check, Mikey. Twisted
there.
Sifter. PP check. Thank you.
Maybe asking questions and asking the parties to focus on whether there have been acts of family violence. And so tell me, when you say she was getting increasingly more violent, can you give me some examples?
In the most recent incident, my family was in town, and she was upset about a personal situation or a personal argument that we were having. When we went to go talk to each other in person, she got a.
I'm sorry, guys. You're coming in fast and furious here with these, and I want to recognize you and say thank you to OG Sean White with 5 bones and KH with 2 doll hairs.
I finally got everybody on.
My God, Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea, glad you're
we
here.
got heated into kind of a heated argument, and she was trying to prevent me from leaving the premises. We were at a public park. She was trying to prevent me from leaving the park, trying to prevent me from leaving my car or getting into my car. And that's the second time that had happened in a month, where she has positioned her body and her being and her person in a way that I can't navigate a space because she's
pushing her being,
and then has threatened that if I try to remove her from a space in order to get away from the situation, that she's threatened that if I put my hands on her, then we're fighting, despite her being in the way and not allowing me to move or get in my car or anything like that. And then that incident,
that's very personal.
Was worse than the previous incident, and I think it'll just keep escalating. She broke my glasses. Okay,
tell me how exactly the glasses were broken.
That's serious business.
So we were having we were outside. I was outside of my car, and we were parked probably a parking spot away from each other. So I was outside of my car. She was outside of her car. We were having a conversation. I could see that the conversation wasn't going anywhere. Tempers were flaring.
We do, Heather. We get 100% of it. Friends and family, of course. You know.
And to be honest with you, we use our PPs to pay our bills.
Every once in a while, we get a little cut and we go to Texas Roadhouse.
Right.
I attempted to go back to my car. She came around, put herself in the way so I couldn't get in the car without moving her from my driver's side door. I got into the car. I don't remember exactly how, but she ended up like snatching off my glasses. She jumped into my car.
Wow.
Was pulling things out of my car and throwing things, grabbing me, took my wallet, hopped into the back seat of the car, somehow got into the back seat of the car while I'm trying to drive away, and like kicks the gear shift into park as I'm driving. She hops out and is throwing like all kinds of stuff out of my car, books, clothing. Like I said, this time she has my wallet.
Wow, she had books in her car?
Glasses. I have the glasses here. Like they were shattered. So I was driving with no glasses.
Stupid glasses I have to wear now, Your Honor.
Calling my friend for help, or just to like as a witness to what was going on and let her know what was going on. And then Amanda, her and I both ended up. She called me and she was like, be worried, come get your stuff. And
so when she said, come get your stuff, where was your stuff at that time?
She had it.
And what stuff are you talking about?
Like my wallet, my books that she'd thrown out of the car. It wasn't yet.
She's just stealing everything.
So what happened?
So I told her to just leave my stuff wherever she was, because I could tell was just not in a state of not in her right mind. So she said, I'm either going to your mom's house or your house. Which one?
Oh, not your mom's.
I said, don't go to anyone's house. Like I said, I had family in town for a graduation. My whole family was in town. So not only is this embarrassing, it's like I didn't want them to like see that. So She ended up going to my residence where my aunt was sleeping. I pulled up right after she pulled up to try and get in front of the situation. I was on the phone with my mom at that time, telling her what was going on. I got in the house. I told my aunt, like, we need to go, because I didn't know if she was safe there. I didn't want to leave her. I just wanted her to take her to my mom's house, because Amanda was on this rampage.
Is she wearing two different earrings?
So as I'm talking to my mom and my aunt, Amanda's in the background. She's like, we need to talk.
She is. One are dangly and the other doesn't have anything.
Okay, either she's wearing two different earrings or one of those earrings is broken. Was it broken into altercation as well? Like the glasses?
Was, yes. That's why
I was looking. I was like, something's just off here. A lot of very serious accusations here.
Yeah.
There's putting your hands on somebody's not a joke. Liking the video, never a joke.
Stealing things, never.
Throwing stuff out the car. I don't know the physical dimensions of these two ladies, but the one at the top seems a little bit smaller than the other one. So credit goes to this lady on the bottom for not, muscling up and getting in there.
Her ass, I guess.
Yeah.
Vincent, so these subtitles have nothing to do, we think, have nothing to do with...
if anybody can translate any of the stuff that you see at the bottom of the screen, let us know, because this is something they did and that was going on there in their courtroom, so we have no idea what is being said.
Let's not forget, yesterday was a bunch of talk about video games, so I don't know. Not in the case, just, subtitles.
We need to talk, and I'm telling her, not right now. We're not going to talk right now. I'm trying to get my aunt out of the house. And I'm also like ignoring her because I'm on the phone and I don't want to talk about it. So as I'm going around the house to gather things to leave and to like feed my cats, Amanda is following me as closely as possible. Like to where if I was to turn around, she would have to step back in order for me to turn around. And she's doing that throughout my house. Which is now the second time that's happened, which has become like a pattern where she, like I said, positions herself that in order for me to move in a way freely, I would have to physically move her, right? So as I'm doing that, I'm walking around the house. She's following right behind me, and she's close enough to where she grabs my phone out of my hand while I'm talking to my mom and throws it, opens the door, throws it out the house, then runs out. I grab her because she's like running to go get the phone. I need my phone. She already has my wallet at this time. So I grab her by her waist. And then I was like, I just thought, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let her go. Like, I have other options. I have money. If I need to get a new phone, I can get a new phone. I'm not gonna fight over this phone. So I just let her go. She ended up running to get my phone barefoot because she's just ran out of her slides, ran to get my phone, picked it up, got in the car, and left. My aunt contacted her. My best friend contacted her. My mom contacted her because I don't have a phone. I don't have a wallet. At this point, I'm on my backup pair of glasses. So they're contacting her like, just bring Morgan's stuff back. You can't do this. Da, da, da. She's not answering anyone. So my aunt and I leave the house. So when we leave the house, me and my mom leave the house, my mom locked the door. And I have a keypad as well as a door handle. So the keypad is what we usually use. The door, the bottom lock, we never lock it, but this time we did just because, like I said, no one knows what mind frame Amanda is in or what she's gonna do.
I mean, so far it sounds like Amanda is she likes to bring the ruckus. Amazon girl 20 bones. I hope the doctors went well. Mr. Dunn.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to put OG Sean White twice on the monetary monorail. And to him, hey, it's OG Sean White. And thank you, Twisted Sifter, for the $5 into PP.
All right, PP, love it. Thank you. There's your 5. Hallelujah. Thank you, guys. Good God.
She locked the bottom lock, and the only time that we that they contacted or got in contact with Amanda was when she called threatening to break into my house if we didn't unlock the lock. If we didn't come right now and unlock the lock, she's gonna break in. So she had ignored everyone for hours until she got back to my house to tell us that she was gonna break into the house because her stuff is in there and she needs to get in and this is her house and she paid $200, so on and so forth. So her and my mom were arguing about that. So like I said, that's the most recent incident in a nutshell, very high level. I'm looking at my notes. I took notes that day just so I wouldn't forget, but that's pretty much that. Now, there was an incident a month before on Palm Sunday, for whatever reason that matters.
Doesn't. But
that I was trying to leave. We had gotten to a disagreement again, and I was attempting to leave my home, and she again put her body in the way, was screaming. How a lot of stuff was said, but just like I was trying to get to church, go to church that morning, and she essentially was upset that I didn't tell her I was going to church, and also she wasn't invited because I didn't want to be around.
Just so you know, that's the day when they go through and you know they open up that nice cabinet behind there and they go through all the fine china and clean it.
They really do. And she's got to be at her mom's house. There's no way she owns this accoutrements behind her. $200, that's all it takes to live with this lady.
Right.
Phones, buddy. Cheap. Real cheap.
Oh, man.
So again, I'm trying to leave the house. She's putting her body in the way. She ends up running outside, opening my driver's side door, hopping in the car, refusing to get out. And telling me I'm going to have to call the police or drag her out if I wanted to get in my car, or call whoever or whatever. I have videos of that incident as well, and I'm glad I took them because that also provoked her, that I was recording her. So, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No, I wasn't out, but I would ask, have you submitted any of that to the court ahead of time? Is there any evidence?
So I did not. So the only evidence I had anticipated an argument about some of the property in the home. Okay. So the evidence that I have is pertaining to that.
So, and that's really probably, since y'all were not married, any disputed property will likely have to be handled if an order is issued, or regardless of whether an order is issued in small claims court or other court form, depending on the amount.
5 O's, thank you, dear.
Well, so long story short, then no, I don't, because I honestly don't think Amanda's going to dispute these facts. But I have the video. I did not submit them as evidence. So no, I don't have the evidence submitted to the court.
Well, then it didn't happen.
All right.
No receipts. I think it is that earring is broke.
Is there any anything? Are you asking the court to extend this order for 12 months?
But still working.
Yes.
And are you in fear for your safety of future acts if the order is not in place?
Yep.
You?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Yep.
Does she have any remaining clear herd property at your house?
I think there's 2 dresses. And I have in a trash bag at the door.
You mean?
Oh, roasted.
It's luggage, you know.
Okay.
Dave.
All right. Okay. So at this point, the respondent, you will have a chance to ask her any specific questions if you wish to. This is not a time for testifying, but just asking specific questions about what she has testified to. But of course, like I said, you will also have a chance to tell the court on your own everything you wish the court to know about the allegations.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, really quick, is this the last time that I will have to kind of lay out all the reasons why? Because those are just 2 of the incidents.
Okay, so yeah, if you have additional incidents, so I will pause. You can come back since it's your burden. If she's going to have a chance to testify, and then if you have anything that you think rebuts that, you're welcome to come back. But if you have additional, you have other things you want the court to know before.
Sorry.
I can
Yeah.
with your
I know
side
this
of
throwing
things.
me off too.
Yeah, no, yeah. So
Okay, go ahead.
the last incident when she was barricaded in my car, my mom had to come and get her. I ended up having to leave my car there because she was refusing to leave.
New game alert. We're gonna get together some Amazon gift cards, and what we're gonna do is watch it on mute, and we're gonna go through the entire court case and try to figure out what it's about just by reading the subtitles. And whoever gets the closest
gets the Amazon gift card.
Exactly.
Just the number will come on screen. Like
So when you said your mom had to come and get you or her?
Yes, come and get me from my home because she wouldn't get out of my car.
Okay, got it.
Right. There was an incident in 20. Oh man, I'm not sure if I have the date, but I can look for that. In 2020, in which Amanda told me that she was suicidal.
Ooh, good.
Shot a handgun into the air and chased me in her car.
Like Yosemite Sam again.
Maybe we should have started with that one.
I need to look at the exact
that should have been your opener.
Exact date because I was communicating with her.
You can give me an approximate date, approximate time period.
The approximate time period was, let me see.
Was it near Palm Sunday, after Palm Sunday?
Right, that's the important benchmark there on the calendar for this case.
November 2021.
How do you barricade yourself in a car?
Yeah, so that incident, it was at nighttime.
Excuse me, have you never seen Family Guy? You roll the window down a little bit, you throw the keys out, and then you're locked in.
She barricaded herself in the car.
Yes, that's how you do
Under
it.
books.
Lock yourself in.
Lots of books.
Nancy Jennings, 5 bones. Thank you. And yes, beautiful china cabinet. We've come to the conclusion she lives with mom or grandma, right?
She might just be visiting because she's trying to kick that girl out of the other house. She probably couldn't do it from there. She bought a house at the very beginning.
You see her rolling around, just popping off shots at the intersection, chasing her. I
gotta do what you gotta do, Creed. Love will keep us together.
So far, no proof. But again, we do want to mention, by the way, because we just found out. So this is an extension, right? Because there's already one in place.
Well, there's always one in place to start with. That's where you go to the first preliminary hearing. They say, okay, yeah, we'll put one in play until you can come and we have a full hearing.
Right. Interesting. Because, again, we're going off of just what she's saying. So hopefully she'll clear some stuff up there, up top there.
I was at her then rented house. She was upset again about I think she wanted me to spend the night and I didn't want to.
I find that hard to
believe. She got out of the car extremely upset. She had a handgun, shot it into the air or into somewhere. I don't know where she shot it, but I just heard the gunshot and she told me that I would watch her kill herself. I left, tried to back down her driveway. She proceeded to follow me in her car and chase me for about 5 miles.
My mental picture of that happening and then her just slowly just backing away.
Yeah, I mean,
she says that, okay.
I mean, all this from her wanting her to stay the night, and she said no. Again, I don't. That's the first lie she's told. She wanted me to stay the night, Judge, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I gotta go. I'm gonna get some sleep. I got to go.
There's some good accusations, though.
There is.
She's painted a pretty good picture of this one being a bit of a hothead up here. So
I know. I'm excited to hear what she has to say. She seems she's pretty put together.
And she does seem agitated. You guys are right in the chat. She does seem.
It's the resting B word face.
Yes.
And at that time, she. Well, let me not say what she said because that's. But so that's another incident. Well, the third incident. Let me see. I think. I have in my notes that that's the fourth incident, but we had started.
Her bones trying to escape her body.
Well, looking for a therapist for us because I knew that this wouldn't work if she continued to act like this or be like explosive or whatever. If basically didn't get her emotions under control, because there are other small like things that happen that don't rise to the level of I feel unsafe, but just speak to the instability and that that would lead to unsafe behavior. I know a couple of months ago, probably in between the incidents where we were just talking about between Palm Sunday and the latest incident, she got upset about a misunderstanding, took a glass, she was drinking from a glass, took the glass, threw it into the sink, it shattered, and she like stormed out the house. And I say that to say like the shortness of the temp, like her temper is becoming shorter and more volatile. So those are some of the incidents. I think probably the most prominent ones. If I need to come up with some more, I probably could. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Ms. Cool Adebayo, do you have any specific questions you would like me to ask the petitioner about what she has testified to?
Yes, I have two. Number one, previously, and I'm going to testify later, of course, about the incident. But previously, when we got into an argument, we both were explosive, when we both were not being safe. When we separated, have I ever came to her house, her residence, or contacted her when she told me not to?
All right, ma'am.
Beyond this incident.
Okay, other than this incident, outside of this incident, when you have both had explosive arguments,
a split,
and separated,
children.
Has she ever come to your house when when you have asked her not to?
Yes, you were right. We are.
I don't remember.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to say no, but I don't like using absolutes, so I don't remember.
Okay. All right.
Huh?
And your next question, ma'am?
And
So she didn't really answer that question, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't like using absolutes. Never heard that one. That's
is that a way of circumventing actually?
Yeah, maybe not.
Down Bay. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
So we both decided to go to couples therapy because, again, we both just things weren't working out. When we submitted our paperwork and in person, one thing is asked if there's any abuse, any patterns of harm, if anyone has been harmed in any way, and we had to separately send in our documentation. Then during the session, we both verbally said that there has not been any pattern of abuse. There has not been abuse to any person. Is this true?
Okay. So when y'all submitted,
what a question,
Madam Petitioner, when y'all submitted your therapist paperwork, do you know, because she has to be aware of it. So is it true that both of you indicated there was no pattern of abuse?
I don't remember that. I can pull up my paperwork. I don't remember that, but I told specifically our therapist that her actions were abusive when we weren't together. I said that she was both emotionally abusive and manipulative. And so I might not have disclosed to Amanda that I thought she was emotionally abusive and manipulative. But I've disclosed to many people, including the therapist, that that's what I believe.
Okay. All right.
And just with that, Judge, if I may, on the documentation that we submitted, she said no, it has not been.
You can testify to that later, but
okay, yes, ma'am.
You're kind of stuck with the answer she gives, unless you have something to just show otherwise.
Sometime around Palm Sunday.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for her?
I believe.
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So at this point, Madam Respondent, you have an opportunity to let the court know what you want the court to know about the allegations that have presented.
There will be, Mike.
Yes. In reviewing the documentation and hearing the testimony, I've never slapped Morgan. I've never, unless I felt that she was trying to, in this specific incident, trying to harm me, I did not threaten her, initiate any threats. In this incident, I was defending myself. We were having a conflict. I contacted her for the last incident. And let her know that I thought an apology was necessary because the way she was treating me. And it was a calm conversation initially. I was at the park. I left the home.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, it's Friday. You know what time that means. That means like the video and think about this for a second. Creed Frame Friday? That's right, kids. Everybody's favorite game show. How long and how many will Mikey get to play? Our good friend Creed has now slipped into what I like to call an icy coma.
Gosh, it was really quiet and lonely there for a minute.
Just see me, I was like,
I'm not used to them during this time.
I know, it's a weird time. Is your wife gone yet?
She is. She's down at the beach, so I can't blame her today.
Can't blame her today.
Friday internet or diarrhea and diabetes. Dave, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed that free Creed frame. By the way, still just one little bar, Mikey. We got 355 people in here. Very quickly, lots coming up on the channel today, by the way, while we take a quick intermission to grab some popcorn or something.
Yeah, 3:00 we'll be dropping a video. You can see it on We Got a Case or on Creed and Mikey, where me and Creed had a TPO between two men. And there's a dead body. That's right, a dead body. So make sure you check that out. Me and Creed will be included in that video, by the way. And then at the beautiful 3:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you, Amazon girl.
The latest from Judge Simpson, an absolute banger where he takes on a very angry dad and confronts some dog nappers.
Dog nappers.
You don't want to miss it.
It's just Friday, our Friday get together. Just usually during court, that doesn't happen.
Never.
We're in for a hell of a time during We Got to Chase if we're already Creed frame.
6 hours.
In this specific incident, trying to harm me, I did not threaten her, initiate any threats. In this incident, I was defending myself. We were having a conflict. I contacted her for the last incident. And let her know that I thought an apology was necessary because the way she was treating me. And it was a calm conversation initially. I was at the park. I left the home. I went to the park. She came to the park. I stayed in my vehicle. She got out of her vehicle after about 8 minutes or so, approached my car window. We have some words. Eventually that escalated to an argument. I got off the vehicle. We were having a screaming match, an argument, very close contact within the park. But we had not yet touched each other or anything like that. The argument migrated to her side of her vehicle, the driver's side. I did block her way. I asked her to back. Her breast was literally on my chest. That's how close she was. I told her when she backs up, I will move out the way.
She said
her breast was lying on her chest.
Well,
close she was.
If the judge is smart, she'll say, what size cup is she? Because, I mean, if she's big,
we're all wondering.
She could be like back here. If she's small,
good point.
She could be right up in like this, Creed.
That's right. A cups, and you're right in there like Knox used to talk to.
Triple D's. You got a little breathing room.
Good point.
Okay. And I want to finish what I said. So yes, I did block her way. Then after, I think I may have said that 2 or 3 times, she proceeded to grab me by my shirt, around my neck. That's when I asked her to let me go. I grabbed her glasses and I threw them. Then she let me go. I went around to the other side of the car, the passenger side rear door, and I opened the door. I said, I'm getting my shit. I threw out her things. I threw out my stuff, the few items that were in there, and I took her wallet. While I'm doing this, she starts her vehicle and begins to drive while my feet are still out the door. I hop inside the vehicle. I didn't kick it. I reached up to the front and I shifted into park. Immediately, I got out the vehicle and walked back to my car. I gathered all the things that were there that I threw out. I got in my vehicle and I called her and I proceeded to the house. On the phone when she answered, I told her that I'm coming to get my stuff and where does she want me to send her? Specifically, I'm coming to get my shit and where do you want me to send your shit? Where do you want me to take your shit? On the phone, we're screaming back and forth. So really you can't hear anything that is going on. She arrives at her house first. I pull up next. I come into I have her stuff in the basket. I threw it down on the ground. I entered the home and I noticed that she was talking to her auntie. We both at that point are trying to kind of not act like everything is okay, but not trying to bring additional party into it. At first, I remained at the front door and I told her we can have a private or public conversation, but I need to know how I'm going to get my things and what's going on after this, because
Mikey, look, your friend Cynthia's back. Hi, Cynthia. By the way, the best thing about this, and we pointed this out yesterday, is Cynthia, who likes to leave comments about stupid shit. But yet you're here all the time.
Cynthia.
I don't understand that, Cynthia.
I don't even understand what you wrote, but thank you.
Mikey don't bring the silliness. Creed does.
Creed is Mikey is a pillar of maturity, non-silliness.
That's right. That's right. Cynthia, seriously, why are you here?
Cynthia.
Every day and commenting. You're a big fan, admit it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
She watches them all. She knows she does.
She does. I don't know.
She does.
Been living here. So she ignores me. She's talking to her auntie. I wait a few moments. She goes into the kitchen and I repeat myself, this can be public or private. She ignores me again. After that, I start to follow her back to the hallway towards the bedroom. And she was talking to her auntie and had someone on the phone. I guess that was her mom. And then she comes back in the kitchen and I'm standing at the door, just repeating myself, like, we need to talk. Then when she turned her back toward me, I went into the kitchen, I grabbed the phone out of her hand and I turned around to run out the house. In the doorway, she grabs me to stop me and to try to get her phone, to try to pry it out my hand. That's when I threw her phone. And then I pushed her off of me, and then I went to go get her phone and I got in my car.
Let me pause for a minute.
So she's really actually reenacting a lot of what was said.
Tons of details, tons of play-by-play where we kind of got the cliff notes a while ago. Yeah. Two very well-spoken young ladies, but I really don't know who I believe. I do not want to be Judge Davis right now because I am having a very hard time.
Well,
picking.
Heart-shaped glasses, of course, kind of painted the picture that this one up here is super aggressive, coming at you, doing like almost all started by her and done by her. But it kind of sounds like neither are really taking responsibility, and they're both just kind of lovers quarrel and a little bit of heated argument, basically. I think.
Yeah,
what it seems like to me.
Definitely, there's some toxicity. I mean, you're in a relationship for around 6 months, and you're going to see a counselor. Step away.
It's pierced, by the way. She's got a.
I used to not be a fan of those, but they've gotten cuter. They've gotten cuter over time. Like Donna,
I'm sorry. I don't. Notifications are an issue, are a problem on
big problem
on YouTube. Here, I'll give everybody a pro tip, except for Cynthia. Set an alarm every day. It's 1:00 and it's 4:05 East. You won't miss us.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Also, if you are in the Discord and you allow to have things, it'll alert you when we go live. I think, right? It still does that. No, is it broken?
Yeah,
Is it still there?
Possible. It's YouTube.
It used to, anyways. But yeah, and if not, unsubscribe and subscribe again. Cynthia, you just unsubscribe.
Why did you grab her phone out of her hand?
The same reason why her wallet is completely inappropriate, but for collateral, so I can get my things. We've had arguments. This is the first time that it has ever escalated to this point. So several times she has threatened to lock me out for smaller disagreements, and twice she has locked me out of her home, once at this residence and once at another residence. So I just wanted to make sure I can get my stuff. That really was it. That's not the best way to do it. I should not have done it. It was completely wrong. After that, I proceeded to get in my car and I just drove. While I'm driving, almost immediately, it didn't take hours or anything. Almost immediately, her mom, her friends, her auntie started contacting me. I ignored them. I'm angry. I'm trying to calm down, and I don't want to disrespect them because I actually love them and we have a relationship. with the exception of her auntie. I don't know that well. So I'm driving. I finally answered.
Very quickly, I missed this. There's got to be 40 of you that said that about us.
I heard it, and I didn't want to mention it. Cynthia had already said I was the classy one.
Yeah, I'll mention it.
Or at least Mickey. I don't even know who that son bitch is. But yeah, she said the klitchen is what she said. Yeah,
the klitchen.
Her mom and her mom is telling me.
T, is that a lesbian thing? You guys call it the klitchen for some reason?
T's our resident guy.
Me to bring her stuff. I told her that I'm going to turn around and bring it. The times I didn't answer the phone, I told her that I would. She proceeds to call me multiple times after that. I told her I wanted to get off the phone because I don't want to be disrespectful, because at this point we're arguing and yelling at each other. They call my boss.
Not the
boss. Try to get her to contact me to give the turnaround and give the phone and the wallet back. That's what I'm thinking. After my boss contacts me, I contact Miss Dovey, Morgan's mom, and let her know, please don't contact my boss anymore. That's jeopardizing my work. And if you do, I will call Morgan's place of employment. I told her again that I already said that I'm going to turn around and I'm going to bring back the phone and the wallet. I'm going to place in the entryway. I need access to the home so I can get my stuff. And then we need to work out when I'm going to leave and how we're going to navigate this until I'm able to go, because I'm living in my car. So, and I did say once I got there and tried to get in, I saw the door was locked and I couldn't get in. I tried multiple times. I called Dovey, Miss Dovey, and asked her to come and unlock the door. I told her that the door was locked. And she told me that it wasn't. And I told her, I'm sitting right here, the door is locked. Whether it's from the code, whether it's from a key, it's locked and I can't get in to get my things. She said that that they were going to come and unlock the door. I told her that I'm leaving. Once she gets there, and then unlock the door and do whatever they need to do, I'll come back and I'll put the stuff on the entry table. She gets there, she calls me. She said, "You're not there." I said, "Yes, I'll be on my way soon. You can just leave the door unlocked and I'll bring the stuff and I'm going to pack a bag, but I'm going to be back for my other stuff because I don't have anywhere to go."
Sorry.
And so I returned, no one was there. I put the stuff on, and her best friend had contacted me again. I put the stuff on the entry table. I went in the back room, sat for a while, started packing up just little tiny stuff. Her friend comes, let me know that she's coming through the door. She grabbed Morgan's belongings and then leaves. Later on that night, over, I don't know if it was the next day or what, but I know for sure that day, Miss Deli contacts me again and let me know that I need to leave, preferably that night. I let her know if Morgan needs me to leave, she needs to go through the eviction process. I've been living here. I'm not going to touch her things. Never in the past, when we've broken up, when we're separated, when she tells me not to contact her, I don't. When she tells me not to come to her home,
hurry up, make that channel, Mike. Don't miss out on the Klitschen court case.
Mm-hmm. That's big money.
In this situation, I need to get my belongings and I need to figure out where I'm going next. So I let her know, if you want me to leave quicker, you have to go through the eviction process. And then that's it. I didn't attempt to contact Morgan after that. I attempted to, even when she came in the room, I was in the back room, I was laying down. I didn't try to approach her when she came in the house with all of her family. Since then, of course, before the protective order and after protective order, I haven't tried to contact her at all. I have no desire to, especially after seeing what was in the documentation. Again, there's some false accusations in the documentation. So I just don't want, I agree with the separation. I don't want any contact of any kind either way. I'm totally okay with that. The only thing I don't want to happen, I don't want this to negatively affect my work. I'm an educator, number one. Number two, I just want to make sure the record is clear of what actually happened.
All right, they met at work.
She's an educator.
She's an educator. Are they both teachers? Maybe.
Well, I think one of them works in the gym as a sports
maybe.
coach.
But the weird thing. Oh, look at that silliness!
For a moment,
$20
coming in orange. Amazon girl dropping monies throughout some memberships.
My doctor. I mean, excuse me, not my doctor. My teacher said that it would never pay off. But look at there, $20. So she said that the lady, she called her boss. So it's both their boss, not just her boss.
Good point. So the principal.
Yeah. So she's sipping on a Capri Sun, by the way. When she mentioned they worked at the school together, I was like, oh, pack the lunch.
It is a Capri Sun. All right. So she goes from her smart water to that. I don't know. I like you guys said in the chat. I didn't understand why people that argue.
And they both seem to not want to be together. So
yeah,
why are we here?
Typically you'll have remember the guy with the crying and professing his lies.
Yes.
Remember that? You'll have some of that. These two seem to almost seriously hate each other.
Yeah, they don't want anything.
It sounds like they fought through their entire relationship, yet we wanted to all be together, possibly.
Sex educator?
Maybe. I mean, she just dropped the bomb on us. We're educated now about the clit, Chin.
I mean,
the previous incident with for Palm Sunday, when we had our argument, it escalated yet again. Usually in the past, we went to church together 2 times. This first time she
except on Palm Sunday, you guys didn't go to church. Flash, thank you. No church on Palm Sunday. That's an important day to go, isn't it?
It is a big day. I didn't know.
To the church. I went both times. We're together. We're a couple. We do. What happens is Morgan starts to call me on my name. She starts to belittle me.
There it is. What happened? God, she creed framed.
Did she really?
I think she froze.
Yeah, she did.
I think we lost you.
Oh,
Let's see
no.
if she reconnects.
Well, she wins. Heart Glasses wins.
I'll check the whale to see if she rejoins.
Yeah, sure. She may have
Is that how
lost her
sports
signal.
works?
It's a team. The team don't show up.
That's a DNQ, right?
Yeah, that's a big win for her.
All right, congratulations, rose-colored glasses. We're calling.
Look at that. What's that? Caucus Twitter Mams City something.
The other thing, it keeps saying something about whatnot or WhatsApp or something. Whoa.
There we go.
Judge needed a smoke. Here's a little bit better look at the China cabinet.
All right. I think we have everyone back. Just a reminder to all participants and viewers on the internet.
Like this video.
No
That's what she wants you to remember.
Proceedings pursuant to statute and court rules. Any willful unauthorized recording of these court proceedings may be subject to criminal contempt consequences with the possibility of incarceration. All right. So, Miss
New drinking game.
Abadeo, I'm sorry. I'm reading what's on my screen. You were dropped for a moment.
Same here.
Yes, my phone is actually dying. So, yes, I was testifying about the second or the incident before
the church
the
incident.
last one. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So, again, had a conflict. We're arguing, and usually the times we went to church, we went together. And so it just escalated out of control. Again, a screaming match. And I was saying that Morgan will call me on my name. She will try to provoke me. She'll try to intimidate me with her body. Because usually at first I'm calm. Right. And I try to explain to her.
Excuse me. How does that work? You intimidate somebody with your body? Is that she talking about pressing the breast on the chest? OG Shawn White starting the caboose race already.
Good time to start. 10 minutes to go. I don't know. Is she over in the corner flexing? I mean, what's she doing? I mean, I don't know. You want some of this? She took her shirt off. I don't know.
I mean, is that getting up in her face? You think that's what it is?
Don't intimidate me with your body.
Bigfoot's here.
Thank you, Bigfoot.
Or we're a team, let's work together, using language like that until I can't take it anymore. So now we're in a screaming match. Yes, I blocked her from getting in her car. I did run and I got in the car and I closed the door because I said we're going to church together. So either call the police or this is true, or you're going to have to get me out of here. Eventually, I believe she called her friend and her mom, and eventually her mom came in to get her, and I got out the vehicle. I went back in the house, and eventually I left. So after that, though, with that incident, I did not again contact her without her permission. I wasn't trying to stalk her or threaten her or damage anything she has. Usually when we split again, I just get my things, and usually I'm the one initiating leaving.
Let me ask you a question. When you got in that car, did her mom come and pick her up and take her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you got out of the car?
Yes.
The mom came and picked her up, Mike. I think we're right about where she's living at.
And looking more and more like that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
The first incident she referred to from a couple years ago, yes, I was suicidal. I'm still battling with suicide ideation, and I am trying. It's a grief process. A lot of traumatic things have happened, which is not her fault or anyone else's, but that's what I'm dealing with. In the vehicle, it was not a problem that Morgan was leaving. The issue is when Morgan gets angry or irritated, she begins to call me in my name. She begins to say very hurtful things and begin to be very petty, almost as if she's trying to provoke me. So I got all my things out of her car. It was a bag of things in her vehicle that I took with me, along with my handgun. When I got out of the vehicle, Morgan pulled out of the driveway and began to drive off.
All right, so this is the good part with the pew pew when she said she was waving the pew pews like at the intersection or something.
Yeah, Morgan's about to pass out. I don't know what was in that Capri Sun she had. When she said she grabbed a bag of, in my mind I was thinking something. I was like, oh, is that what she grabbed a bag of out of the bag?
It almost sounds like they both had overnight bags just ready to go because they get in so many fights. You know. By the way, she has admitted even more.
Yeah, she is
more to this.
Really painted herself in a corner as a possible aggressor as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's all happened pretty much exactly to a T of how she, not you, sweet tea, but exactly how she's basically said it. Except, again, that's where we're at. I think on this is she the aggressor? Is she the one that's really bringing the heat, as they say? I was just thinking, you ever have a Capri Sun that's gotten real hot or it's spoiled a little bit? Ooh. It's like a little sip of liquor.
Little boozy.
So maybe she just got drunk on 4-month-old Capri Sun. You never know.
I dropped my gun and it went off, and I picked it up and I threw it in my car. I drove back out of my driveway and I proceeded to chase her with my vehicle. She stopped.
It's true. Being a careless pew pew owner is about as bad as you just fired it off in the air.
Yeah,
the mad ones
could have hit anybody. Could have been an innocent bystander. But she just said she picked up her pew pew, threw it in her car, and then started chasing her with the pew pew in the car. So there we go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
On my street, and I got out the vehicle, nothing in hand. I said, well, you said I don't have anyone. This is the reason why I'm like this. I deserve to be like this. So you're going to watch me die. You're going to watch me kill myself. I did say that. She proceeded to take off.
All right, so she just admitted to saying that, yet still we're going to go with the pew pew dropping on the...
Yeah, I would never intentionally pull the trigger. Did I tell you I'm suicidal?
Yeah, I tell you I'm going to KMY.
I think maybe I followed her for maybe a mile or two, and then I pulled off and went in a different direction. Besides that, with our arguments, usually we'll blow up, we'll have an argument, I'll leave, we'll not talk for some weeks or a couple of days or some months. And then she'll reach out to me and try to reconnect, or she'll come and try to find me. She'll pull up where I'm parked if I'm sleeping in my car and try to talk to me. Usually she's drunk, but usually she comes and find me. Typically, I don't initiate contact once we separate. Again, like I said, there's never been a time where I just hauled off and slapped Morgan. Even in this last incident, I didn't slap her. The only thing I did was grab her glasses and throw them so she can get off of me. So I was defending myself. I do admit to taking it a little bit too far with taking her items. I wanted collateral, but other than that, she does have some larger items of mine at her residence. She can have them. She has my pet. She can have it. I don't want this to be on my record and affect my career.
So let me make this clear. So whatever ruling I make, it's not going to be based on whatever collateral consequences are out there. And I don't even know what collateral consequences are out there, right? No one's been arrested, it looks like, for any of these. So it's not a criminal history going on. But beyond that, whatever ruling I make will be based on whether there was sufficient evidence presented via all the testimony from both sides.
Yes, ma'am.
From my findings. Okay.
I got to take just a moment. There is a conversation that we may need to be a part of where we're talking about some choking, I believe.
Okay. Question?
I'm putting this together. The rope doesn't go around your neck.
No, that's called something way worse. That's are they talking about Japanese fetish rope?
We'll go ahead and continue that conversation for members only tonight, 5:30 on the main channel.
Yes, ma'am. And I did submit pictures of bruises from our last incident. And I actually took pictures of my bruises from the incident before this one, because she was smashing me in between the door. Because at one point I was standing up and getting out the car before she started recording. So it's never a maintenance of what she's doing to initiate or maintain the escalation. But when I submitted it, I received an email and said it has to be in PDF. Okay. I can resubmit that if necessary.
You can just tell me what those show. So you're saying through some of those incidents you've already testified about that you received some bruises from those.
Yeah, the last incident, bruises on my arm, on my leg, just to show that she wasn't just standing there. Morgan wasn't just standing there and getting abused. This is a situation in which a couple got into an argument because she didn't want her family to know that she's gay, and she didn't want to present me as a romantic partner. And
she didn't want her family to know she was gay? Does she live with blind people? I mean,
not to be rude.
But I mean,
if I had to guess,
I get out the dictionary and look up gay. There's Morgan.
Yeah. Okay.
Told her that I'm okay with that. I just can't be around. I don't want to pretend in front of your family, so I'm going to stay away from that. And then it escalated to an argument.
So, okay. So here's the thing. Is there anything else you want to tell me, or do you have any other witnesses or anything, Ms. Adebayo?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So from what has been testified to by both parties, there have been multiple acts of family violence. Corroborated by the respondent's testimony. Grabbing a phone out of someone's hand.
There it is.
Can be criminal trespass, interference with property, as well as simple battery to that person.
There it is.
Destroying someone's property. Preventing someone getting into their vehicle is interference with property. And the not letting someone get into their car or restricting their movement could be a felony false imprisonment. So I understand that things, from what I'm hearing, these are not just arguments. These are extremely volatile situations that I have serious concerns about. I find that there is enough evidence that there have been acts of family violence, and that without this order, there's a reasonable likelihood of acts of family violence in the future. So I am going to issue the order and extend it for 12 months. The petitioner will continue to maintain the sole and exclusive possession of the residence at the Martins Crossing Road location. The respondent is not to have any contact with the petitioner directly or indirectly through any means of communication or any other parties, and not come within 100 yards of her. Also not to go to the petitioner's residence, workplace, and school, and any future residence, workplace, or school. Are you saying there's no property you need at all from the residence, ma'am?
She can keep it.
Okay, so I won't do one trip. That's what if you're that's fine. Mm-hmm. I won't add that. I'm gonna leave the part, well, since there's no property at issue and no utilities at issue, is that what I'm hearing? I will not add those extra conditions. I will order the Family Violence Intervention Program. It's under the law. The first virtual compliance date is July 14th at 9 a.m. Do you, ma'am, I know you mentioned that you've had some suicide ideation and been struggling with that. Do you have any ongoing mental health therapy that you attend?
I don't. I'm currently living in my vehicle.
Okay.
So I don't have the
Yes.
money right now.
Okay.
Our therapist actually tried to continue therapy with me for free.
Mhm.
So she's done what she could, but
Okay,
it's a
okay.
business.
Well,
And,
I asked that not to go into your business, but to say that if there is an option and if that is a problem,
it.
that might be something you can
Yeah, pound it.
talk with the compliance officer about,
Killing that Capri Sun.
and maybe working on some of
Victory,
that in lieu
Capri
of some of
Sun.
the formal family violence intervention program. But I will let you speak with them about that. But for now, it is ordered for the family violence intervention program with the first compliance date of July 14th. And while this order is in effect, you are not allowed to possess a firearm under federal law. Okay. Additionally, I will add, just because there seems to possibly be a dispute, that nothing in this order precludes either party from addressing any disputed property ownership or damages in other court forums. Okay. Just to be sure. So what I'm going to do is, Ms. Cunningham, you should get an email copy of the order to you.
You guys are the best.
If you don't, for some reason, you can contact the clerk's office in a day or so, and they will tell you how to get a copy of that order. Miss Adebayo, you can contact the clerk's office in a day or so, and as well to get a copy of the order. You can call that number that was on your notice, and I will place you. You're going to be placed briefly in a room with the compliance officer to get information on how to get started on those courses and about how to do that and what that will involve. And then once you have met with him, you're free to log off, but please remain in the breakout room until he meets with you. Okay. And then Ms. Cunningham, you are free to log off. And I appreciate both of your patience today and your efforts in this case. And I wish you better luck going forward. Thank you.
Better choices. Yes, he did. Really quick, we do make a lot of jokes on here, but suicide is definitely nothing to joke about, nothing to make fun of, nothing to if you have those issues, if you're having those kinds of thoughts, there is help out there. There's tons of great mental facilities that will help you. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member. If you know somebody struggling, give them a call. Tell them, hey, you know what? We're here for you, baby.
Listen, you guys, the world's most dangerous chat crack me up every single day. Every once in a while, just everybody's all firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, today was one of those days.
So many funny, great things from you guys today. I can't even tell you. And I'm sure I missed a bunch of them. I appreciate you guys in the chat so much. Great crowd, over 400 people joining us today. I think that she got that right. I am still kind of on the fence. I believe it's tipped a little bit to upper. Was her name Amanda? I believe.
Amanda.
Kiss. I believe she was the aggressor, but not by much. I think that.
Oh no, not by a lot. But
I
the
grabbing
the phone, we've heard it a million times. Grab somebody's phone.
I tell you, in the heat of the moment, I'd never think that would be like the thing that got me, during a fight. All those bad words that I just said, the stuff I just threw around,
the pew pew and the everything.
Right? Yeah. Even dropping the pew pew or allegedly going around, following her, no big deal. But the grabbing the phone,
that was the one. That was right then.
That's not the only time, right?
Yeah,
the only time we've seen that. So
happens.
Well, thank you guys. Lots of new names in here too. I love that. Hello to each and every one of you. And I am sure there's a lot of lurkers out there. You don't like to chat? It's fine. Listen, I don't even chat because I watch all my YouTube on the Roku. So I get it. I like to watch on TV, not on my little screen.
400 new subscribers in the last 4 days. Thank you.
Thank you. Creed, are you saying no, my God. No, I love it. In the klitchen, by the way. That is a new word for us today. Don't say we're not an educational channel because
we brought it today. Don't forget too, we got 2 more things that are going to pop up on your feed. One is a case me and Creed did, a TPO case at 3:00. You need to check that out. You will not be disappointed. You can watch that on We Got a Case or on Mikey and Creed, Credence and Mikey on the YouTubes. And at 3:30, the latest and greatest from the man himself, Mr. J. Cedric Simpson, You do not want to miss the dog napper and the angry dad.
Another thing that I learned is the full cup difference between breasts for KCC, and also a great, absolutely great chat with you and Toy Bob. I love it.
It's a very interesting chat we have here, for sure.
I did, no doubt. We got some spicy stuff happening around here. Deb, you are technically on the caboose right now.
Right now, as it speaks. There you go.
Yeah. No, seriously though, Cynthia, she comments a lot to some rude shit the other day, but she's always here watching. Listen, if you don't like it, just go.
She's still here. She had a good time. I know she did. She loved us saying her name. It's all right.
Is that
we
what
can be
about?
frenemies?
Is that what it's about?
Frenemies.
You win. The caboose.
You're the man or woman. Your choice.
Thank you guys so much. Where's the music? My God.
I don't know. Guys in the truck.
Guys in the truck. Can we need to go. Did you hear about how much stuff we've got today to do?
They're overwhelmed.
Jesus. Thank you guys. Again, chat killing it today. And by the way, I think the funniest one that got me was the celebratory Lunchable afterwards.
Yeah.
After the Capri Sun.
It was a good one.
Today, the Capri Sun Express. Jim, thank you. Haley's World. Dave, Wonder Twin, double D's or just, I don't know. Zum, Gary, Heather, Dave with 10 gifts, Chris the gifter, Dana M the gifter, Wenlaw the gifter, OG Sean White.
Gary, where are you?
KH, OG Sean White, hey. Chris the gifter with the PP, Amazon Girl, Dia, Dave, Nancy, Donna, Amazon Girl again with 10 gift memberships. Flusha, Texas RX Tech, Kiernoff, Donna Pepe, Flusha, Amazon Girl, Flusha, Bigfoot, OG Sean White, Iowa Golfer, Lisa, Flusha, Deb, and Kaboise.
Idaho?
That's what they call cabooses in Boise, Idaho.
Oh. You were so close. Live Patrol. Live on Patrol Backseaters. That sounds like an adult film.
Just on timer.
Yeah, perfect timing. Rewind. All right, guys, we love you. We got a busy day ahead of you and us. So keep an eye out. Lots of stuff coming. Notifications. You won't get them, but that's all right. That's why you just keep your eye out. Just keep your eye out. We love you. We'll be back soon. Stay safe. Stay hard. Stay tuned. Top guys. Yeah, we're coming for you.
Elizabeth, welcome.
Oh, that's my daughter's middle name.
Oh. Antron.
Oh, I forgot it's Father's Day. I don't have one. Cue the sad music. Someone.